stuff like
scarves,
that.
that stuff.
Yep. But let's go to Genesis 4:1 and let's look at what happened in Genesis 4:1.
Okay. All right. Genesis, I'm sorry.
Mhm.
Genesis chapter 4, verse 1.
Mhm.
All right. Did you want to read it or do you want me to read it?
I can. I'll read it. Let me get to the.
Okay, I know you like that ESV, so I'm going to go to the ESV.
First thing we need says, now Adam knew Eve, his wife, and conceived, she bore Cain, saying, I have gotten a man to help the help of the Lord. And again she bore his brother Abel. And now Abel was a keeper of the sheep, and Cain was a worker of the ground. In the course of time, Cain brought to the Lord an offering of fruit from the ground, and Abel brought of the firstborn of his flock and their fat. And the Lord had regard for Abel and his offering, but Cain and his offering he had no regard. So Cain was very angry, and his face fell. So notice right here, verse 5. Cain was very angry. Notice the anger, and fell, and his face fell. The Lord said to Cain, why are you angry, and why is your face fallen? If you do well, you will be accepted, and if you do not well, sin is crouching at the door. It desires its desires is contrary to you, but you must rule over this. See that? And then Cain spoke to Abel, his brother, and when they were in the field, Cain rose up against his brother and killed him. Then the Lord said to Cain, where's your brother? He says, I do not know, and my brother's keeper. Now I'll stop there. All right. But now let's go to Matthew chapter 5, and let's see where Jesus says the problem where sin is. Because God told him in Genesis 4 that sin was crouching at the door the moment he got angry.
Correct.
All right. Let's go to Matthew 5:21 and watch how Jesus said this.
All
and
right.
Jesus gives a bunch of these, and a lot of people I think just miss them. But Jesus,
Absolutely.
all right, Jesus says right here in verse 21, you have heard that it was said to those of old, you shall not murder. Okay, where did they hear that from? That's the Old Testament. That's the
Old
law.
Testament.
That's the 10 Commandments. You shall not murder, and you will be liable to judgment. But I say to you, everyone who is angry with his brother, just like Cain was angry with his brother in the Old Testament, the sin started with the anger issue, not the moment he killed him. The problem is once Cain got angry, the sin had already manifest inside in his heart. And that's Jesus saying that's your problem. Your problem is inside of you, not what comes out. So what they would do in the old, they would not murder, and they say, well, we're not breaking the commandments. Well, Jesus said if you're angry with your brother, you already have broken the commandment. Right here it says his brother will be liable, and then it says everyone who is angry with his brother will be liable to judgment. Whoever insults his brother will be liable to the council, and whoever says you fool will be liable to hell of fire. So if you're offering your gift on the altar, remember that your brother has something against you. Leave your gift there before the altar and go. First be reconciled to your brother and then come and offer your gift. So in other words, whatever you're offering, it ain't going to be accepted till you get right with your brother.
That's right. That's right.
All right, now we go down here a little bit more. All right, and then go to 27. Now watch what he does with lust. He says, you have heard that it was said that you did not commit adultery. Remember, I said just a while ago, they would get to a point where they, all right, the adultery, they felt if you didn't do nothing, then you actually wasn't committing adultery. But Jesus, watch what Jesus said. But I say to you, everyone who looks at a woman with lustful intent has already committed adultery in with her in his heart. So he says it starts the same place murder starts. It starts in your heart. You thought it out before you acted on it. Jesus says that thought is actually what caused you to sin.
That's right. That's right.
The problem is with Plummer, he don't understand the sin starts in the heart.
That's
So
right.
none of these laws mean nothing if it says don't murder, and then they come along and says, well, I didn't murder nobody, but I hate this person. Well, Jesus says you already got a problem there. You just ain't acted on it. You want to act on it, but you know you can't. So that's where Jesus said the problem was. Let's go a little bit further. He gets into the divorce, but basically it's the same thing to commit adultery. He says, whoever divorces his wife, let him give her a certificate of divorce. But I say to you that everyone who divorces his wife is set on the ground of sexual immorality, makes her commit adultery. And whoever marries a divorced woman commits adultery. Basically the same thing. If you give the woman the divorce, both of y'all already in adultery.
That's right.
So the law, you can't do nothing about the law. They're basically, majority of these Hebrew Israelites are saying, well, as long as I don't do it. And then some of them don't even care. They make up lies and say, well, we can actually do that as long as they ain't a Hebrew Israelite. Where do they get that from? Jesus never put that distinction on it. But let's see. But notice.
I like that oath part.
All right, we'll go with oath.
Real quick, read that, Brother Brian.
All right. Again, you have heard that it was said to those of old. We're talking about the old commandment now. You shall not swear falsely, but shall perform to the Lord what you have sworn. But I say to you, do not take an oath at all, either by heaven, for it is the throne of God, or by the earth, for it is a footstool, or by Jerusalem, for it is the city of the great king. And do not take an oath by your head, for you cannot make one hair white or black. Let what you say be yes or no, and anything more than this comes from evil. And basically, if you say you're going to do something, you need to do it, and don't make an oath that you're never going to actually do.
Now, let me ask you a question.
Mm-hmm.
Did the children of Israel in the Old Testament, did they take an oath?
Yeah, they took an oath and said they was going to actually do the law, but God told them they wasn't going to do it.
And guess where that's found, y'all? Deuteronomy chapter 27. They had to take this oath every 7 years at the mountain and give that right there at that mountain that they would what? Uphold that law. Right now, hold on.